Jenny Jen still kicking it. That's part one. And part two is, do you ever see yourself married one day?
So as far as Jenny Jen,
I love Jenny.
Absolutely, we are together, and
I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna put nothing extra on it. If he want to marry me, he can give me an apartment building.
Once Tiffany and I got back on the move, it really didn't allow for us to spend as much time and put as much energy into our relationship. I don't think the love really dispersed. I just think it was just like we weren't feeding the relationship.
You have to understand you're not going to get anybody that's perfect because you're not perfect. So understand that there's some certain things that you will compromise in choosing that partner. But as long as the core values, the values that are most important to you, that person, marks off on that list, and you good.
Did Colin really just get caught red-handed cheating on Jennifer Hudson? Because Tiffany Haddish sure seems to think so, and she's been roasting Jennifer Hudson like it's open mic night. Tiffany's still salty about Common moving on from her to J Hud, and it's looking like she's finally taking her shot to get even. The streets have been whispering for a while that Common isn't the man Jennifer thought he was, but she wasn't trying to hear it. His history, a messy trail of breakups and high-profile heartbreaks, and now word on the curb is that he's already got another woman on his arm while Jennifer's been spiraling from the betrayal. And guess who's sitting back enjoying the whole drama like it's front row at the movies? Tiffany Haddish. She's not even pretending to hide it, grinning, throwing slick shade at Jennifer any chance she gets. People are wondering, why on earth would Common cheat on J Hud of all people? Who is this mystery new woman? And is Tiffany bold enough to swoop in and try to win him back? Let's keep it real. Not trying to drag Jennifer while she's hurting, but anyone paying attention could have seen this coming from miles away. Common has never been the forever type, no matter how much he tries to play that role. His past says it all. A whirlwind fling, short-lived romances, and a dating record that screams commitment issues. Still, fans were holding out hope. They thought maybe Jennifer would be the one to finally slow him down, lock him in, and maybe even start a family with him. That dream of Jennifer and Common living happily ever after? Yeah, it's looking 6 feet under now. The streets are buzzing loud. Word is Common has been cheating on J Hud heavy, and she's crushed. What makes it wild is this man was just out here telling the world she was the one, even talking about marriage.
Jenny Jen still kicking it. That's part one. And part two is, do you ever see yourself married one day?
So as far as Jenny Jen,
I love Jenny.
Absolutely, we are together, and I just appreciate her as a partner, as a woman, as an artist, as a human being. She's a special individual, and man, it's just, I'm just grateful for her. I thank God, and yes, we are good. Marriage is something that if I were to get married, then Jennifer is the person.
Oh, she the prototype?
She is but she's not only the prototype, she is the person.
Yeah.
But that being said, it's one of those things where I'm like always looking at my life and saying, okay, because that's a strong choice to make, And,
absolutely.
And
not to be taken light.
But the whole time, he was out here running around like nothing mattered. While plenty of people feel bad for Jennifer Tiffany Haddish, she's not shedding a single tear. An insider says she's been living for every second of this cheating scandal blowing up in public. And honestly, if you've been keeping up with Tiffany since her split from Common, this is no surprise. She's never hidden the fact that she's still not over him. She's been tossing shade for years, and some of those jabs make it pretty clear she believes Common cheated on her with J Hud in the first place. One prime example, during an Instagram Live, a fan mentioned they'd given Common a pair of earrings to pass to her and asked if she'd ever gotten them. Tiffany didn't even pause before firing back, "Girl, he never gave me no earrings. He probably gave them to Jennifer."
Girl, he never gave me no damn earrings. He probably gave those to Jennifer.
That bitterness, loud and clear. Now fans are debating in the comments, was Jennifer really with Common while he was still with Tiffany? Because if that's true, Tiffany's years of shade suddenly make perfect sense. It would explain why she's loving every messy second of this situation. To her, it's karma in full effect. And here's the kicker. Some fans think this could be Tiffany's big chance to slide back in because she's never stopped making it known she still wants him and she's not shy about it. If Tiffany even thought there was the tiniest shot at winning him back, trust me, she'd be leaning in like, "Come here, baby." Because from the jump, when she first started dating Common, it was clear she was way more into him than he ever was into her. She's the one who pushed for them to go public during the pandemic, showing him off like a prize she'd won. They quarantined together and she made sure the world saw it, even tilting her camera just right during an Instagram live with Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union so everyone could peep her man.
On the other tee a little later. Yeah. What?
You not got it?
You get cut off and you motherfuckers brought the tee.
Tiffany was all in, but him, not so much. She couldn't stop bragging about him, especially around his first birthday they shared. She wanted it to be unforgettable. In one interview, she even laid out her dream plan. "I'm just hoping me and my man, we go hot air ballooning and have us a nice little meal." She talked about how on her 39th birthday, she got tipsy with her grandma for the first time. On her 40th, she had a bat mitzvah that was super fun. But for her 41st, she wanted that dreamy hot air balloon ride. And what did Common do? Not only did he skip the hot air balloon, he didn't plan anything for her birthday at all. Sources say he just sent flowers. And let's be real, that's the absolute bare minimum for your woman's big day. Tiffany had even admitted she was secretly hoping for something much bigger. A marriage proposal. And not just with a ring. She said she wanted him to pop the question by giving her an entire apartment building instead. Tiffany had high hopes.
I'm enjoying it. I'm not gonna put nothing extra on it. If he want to marry me, he can give me an apartment building.
Oh, okay. That would be, you don't want a ring, you want an apartment complex.
I'd give me a duplex, an eightplex or something. The homegirl be like, "Where your ring? I thought you was engaged. Where your ring? Where your carrots? Carrots. Girl, please, I got units. Knock it off."
But if you're wondering how Common reacted to her dream plans, let's just say he made it crystal clear. He was only there for a good time, not a long-term ride.
I'm gonna do what's good for me and the lady. You know, right now all I want is happiness, good times, peace on earth.
So when they split just a couple months later, nobody was truly shocked. In fact, plenty of fans were low-key relieved Tiffany was finally free from his grip. Because let's be real, he had her wrapped around his finger. But here's the twist. Common was the one who called it quits. And instead of owning it, he tried to smooth it over by blaming their busy schedules for the breakup. Tiffany wasn't having it. She clapped back with her own truth, saying maybe he's just the kind of man who never settles down with anyone. Maybe he's like a bee, going from flower to flower to flower. I don't know. I wish nothing but joy and happiness. Sounds sweet, but she was dropping hints. And those hints made people wonder if she was low-key saying he cheated. When Common popped up with J Hud not long after, Tiffany spoke out again. She called it the healthiest, most fun relationship she'd ever had. The one where she felt the safest. But she also made it clear the breakup wasn't mutual. It was more him saying, I think this relationship is running its course. And I was like, okay, like you're gonna be a 50-year-old single man, okay. Now, it's looking like Jennifer is getting the same exit speech.
We both have professions. Well, I think once Tiffany and I got back on the move, it really didn't allow for us to spend as much time and put as much energy into our relationship. I don't think the love really dispersed. I just think it was just like we weren't feeding the relationship. And as you said, neither one of us is gonna stop. Like we both care about our crafts and what we do. And we care about love too and partnership, but I think, the energy that has been put into our careers and continuing to want to do the things that we do for ourselves and for the people, it's like, it was hard for me to balance all of that and keep the relationship.
And here's the thing, Tiffany and J Hud are far from the only ones he's done like this. Common's heartbreak track record goes way back. Serena Williams, Taraji P. Henson, Erykah Badu, and more. Different women, same ending, every single time. Common's pattern is like clockwork. Just when a woman starts getting attached, he hits her with a psych, ends it cold, and slides right into the arms of the next one. What's telling is that none of his exes seem to keep things warm with him, especially Erykah Badu. And that's because, according to whispers, he did every single one of them dirty. For context, Erykah and Common started dating back in 2000, lasting about 2 years before she called it quits in late 2002. At first, Erykah stayed quiet about why it ended. But Common? He had no problem putting his spin on it. He claimed the breakup happened because she caught feelings for someone else and dumped him over the phone. His version, she handed it to me.
I mean, it was weird how it ended.
How did it end?
It was weird. I would just say this. It's like you remember when you was a kid?
Yeah.
And you be on a play date?
Yeah.
And y'all like playing and having a good time? And then all of a sudden, y'all like sliding down the slide and then you turn around and you go, where did they go? Where did they go? And you see them like waving at you and they mama carrying them and they like, bye. That's what it was. Like, hey, we was playing. We was having fun. Why you stop the fun?
Why do you stop the fun?
I was in my hotel room on tour, and she called me and was like, hey, I don't want to be in this relationship no more. I'm like, it's somebody else. He called her his first love and first heartbreak, saying, with Erykah Badu, that was my first love where you just open and floating. When we split, I was 27 to 28. I was in a haze, just going through the motions. But here's the thing. Erykah eventually got tired of him telling the breakup story his way and making her look like the villain. She threw some shade of her own, hinting that infidelity might have been in the mix. Her words, no, infidelity is not a deal breaker for me. We are all born sexual beings. I need companionship, a partner I can depend on, that I can love and grow with. But I do understand the nature of these men I have been with, and men in general, they have a need to chase. Translation? Even if she didn't spell it out, she was all but saying Common couldn't keep it exclusive. And yet, he still pushed the breakup narrative as if she left him for another man. That's straight up manipulative. No other way to put it. And when I say Common's got a bad rep, I mean bad. After things ended with Angela Rye, he suddenly popped up acting brand new, talking about how therapy changed him, how he'd learned to be a better partner, and all that feel-good talk.
And he says the work he's doing on himself will help him fulfill a lifelong dream. And you write a lot about you want to be a husband one day. You have a rather famous relationship coach.
Oh, yeah. Yes, Michelle Obama. She has definitely helped talk me through just certain moments of relationships. We had conversations, and she has given me a lot of wisdom. But one great thing that she told me as I was going through this journey was that you have to understand you're not going to get anybody that's perfect because you're not perfect. So understand that there's some certain things that you will compromise in choosing that partner. But as long as the core values, the values that are most important to you, that person, marks off on that list, then you good.
She gave you some good advice there.
That's good wisdom.
That's some really good wisdom.
But judging by how things played out with J Hud, that new man act didn't stick for long. If anything, he might as well ask his therapist for a refund, because it's wild. While he was out here saying Jennifer was the one, he was allegedly running around with someone else the whole time. What makes it hit even harder is the fact that Jennifer Hudson had already been through way too much when it came to love. She did not deserve more heartbreak. People still remember her relationship with wrestler David Otunga and how tragedy struck just weeks after they got engaged.
Is Common in this book? Did you put Common in here?
There's a lot of common men in there.
A lot of common men.
But he's not in there.
He's not in there.
No.
How were you?
I've learned.
Yes.
Everybody don't need to be in your story. Let them tell it.
So.
But he didn't, that was a great relationship. So I had nothing, this is like stuff that went,
Yeah. But his was a good
times.
relationship.
That was a good relationship.
Do you care that he's in another relationship with Jennifer Hudson?
No, I love Jennifer. I hope they're having fun.
Yeah.
That's not girl.
Jennifer's mom, brother, and nephew were tragically taken from her in an unthinkable act by her own brother-in-law. It was the darkest chapter of her life, and she needed someone strong and steady to lean on. David stepped up big time.
Everybody don't need to be in your story. Let them tell it.
But
he didn't, that was a great relationship.
Staying by her side, planning trips to help her breathe again, trying to bring a little light back into her world. And then, like a spark in the middle of all that pain, Jennifer found joy again. She got pregnant later that year. By 2009, they welcomed their son, David Jr. For a while, it looked like their little family was falling perfectly into place. But by 2010, after being engaged for over 2 years, people started asking, when are they finally walking down the aisle? Rumor had it they were set to marry that year. But then, suddenly, the wedding got pushed back. They eventually called it quits, but that breakup, nowhere near peaceful. Jennifer has been clear that in the final stretch of their relationship, David's behavior allegedly took a dark turn. She accused him of becoming increasingly aggressive, threatening, and even harassing both her and their son. She also claimed the situation escalated into both mental and physical abuse.
Is this somebody I would be willing to be a friend with?
Yeah.
Do they entertain me?
Yeah.
Do I feel safe around them?
Yeah.
Like, these are the things that I look for, right? And
Okay.
then what's their hygiene like? Do they smell funny?
Yeah.
Are they nails clean?
Look at the teeth. Check them out.
Gotta check them teeth.
Yes,
Is it
yes.
like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, okay.
According to Jennifer, things hit a terrifying peak when she received chilling messages from David that shook her so badly she called security, asking them to keep him from showing up at the studio and causing a scene. Thankfully, he never appeared there, but the peace didn't last. Later that same day, she alleged he was waiting for her at home. She says he confronted her, grabbed their son by the arm, and took him upstairs to the master bedroom, then shoved her out while still holding on to their child's hand. So yes, J Hud absolutely deserved better than that, but the real question is, was Common really an upgrade? Because looking at his track record, he was never going to be the good guy she needed. Now she's just the latest name added to his long list of heartbreaks. And in true Common fashion, it's probably only a matter of time before he quietly soft launches a brand new romance like nothing ever happened. Meanwhile, Tiffany Haddish, she's got to be loving every second of this. At the end of the day, Tiffany didn't just toss a sly joke. She blew the whole thing wide open. Jennifer's name is now right in the middle of this public mess. Common is already parading a new flame like the last chapter never existed, and Tiffany's making sure the world gets front row seats to watch it all go down. But here's where it gets even messier, because Common's new flame isn't just some mystery woman in the shadows. The whispers on the block say she's already moving like she's the one, showing up with him in public like they've been together for years. No Just Friends cover story, no slow rollout. She's already holding his arm, laughing a little too loud at his jokes, and making sure every camera catches her face. And Jennifer? People close to her say she's heated, not just because of the alleged cheating, but because of how quickly he's flaunting this woman. It's like he's erasing their relationship in real time. Insiders claim J Hud's been going quiet on social media, pulling back from interviews and keeping her circle tight. But behind closed doors, she's hurt, embarrassed, and feeling blindsided. Tiffany Haddish, though, she's basically turned into the unofficial commentator for this whole soap opera. Whether it's a shady Instagram story, a quick laugh during a podcast, or a sly comment in an interview, she keeps finding ways to poke the bear. One source even swears Tiffany's been sliding into mutual friends' DMs, dropping little, "Did you see what he's doing now?" messages just to stir the pot. And the public? They're eating it up like it's their favorite reality show. Every paparazzi shot, every cryptic post, every tiny slip of new info gets shared, dissected, and reposted within minutes. It's turned into this unofficial team war. Team J Hud, Team Tiffany, and a very small, very confused Team Common. What's wild is that none of this is new behavior for him. It's the same script, different cast. Love bomb a woman, make her feel like she's the one, keep the romance shiny for a while, then bounce before the storybook ending. And now, this new woman, people are already placing bets on how long before she's the one getting side-eyed by the next mystery date. But for now, the drama is far from over. Because if history is any guide, the real bombshells haven't even dropped yet. So now everybody's left wondering, was Tiffany's shade just harmless fun, or did she just rip the Band-Aid clean off some old wounds that J Hud is still nursing? Because let's be real, the way Tiffany's been moving, it's hard to believe this is all just playful. She's been tossing little digs for years, and now, with Common out here parading a new flame, it feels like she's taking her victory lap in public. One thing's for sure, two things for certain. this story is nowhere near over because the whispers coming in now, whew, they're saying J Hud might be thinking about flipping the script completely. That's right. Instead of walking away, she might actually be trying to win Common back. And if that's true, it's about to be the messiest twist yet. Imagine it. Tiffany throwing side eyes, Common caught in the middle, and this new woman suddenly realizing she might not be as secure in her spot as she thought. Fans are split. Some say Jennifer should run for the hills, others think she's too deep in her feelings to let go. But if history's taught us anything with Common, it's that when you think you've seen the last plot twist, another one's waiting right around the corner, and you already know Tiffany's not about to stay quiet if this turns into a tug of war over him. So buckle up, because the next chapter in this drama is gonna be even juicier than this one, and you're not gonna wanna miss a single second of it. If you love this breakdown, make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next update when things explode even more. And when this video ends, click the one that's about to pop up on your screen for more celebrity drama that'll have you hooked. Trust me, you're gonna want to see what's next. See you on the next one.